figured we start today in front of the Golden Bear Golf Club because, well, it's another community inside of Hilton Head that obviously has golf. So we'll take a look through here. There are two golf courses in Indigo Run. One is this public course, and I say public in that if I wanted to come into the community and I wanted to golf here, I could get a tee time, get through the gates, and be able to golf this golf course. We'll try to walk out back like always, give you a view of what's there. And then we'll go over to the second course, which is the country club, the Indigo Run Country Club, or the country club at Indigo Run. And we'll take a look at that one as well. That's gonna be more exclusive, more country club-like, and we'll give you some added benefits of being a club member. So we'll start with the golf. We'll look at the pool, we'll look at the tennis, we'll talk about the community, we'll see homes, we'll do all the things that we normally do in our videos. But we'll start here and we'll get out back and see what it's like. So we got behind the Golden Bear Golf Club. You can see it behind me. It's, you know, the back is what it is. You've got a little covered porch, there's a couple TVs, some chairs and tables out there for you know, your food, beverage before, after. There's a little snack bar, a little restaurant inside. It's typical of what you would have in a golf club. Back behind it, you've got the putting green, and then ultimately the driving range, which we always show. And you know, if you've seen a driving range, you've seen a driving range, so I'm sure it's not going to look any different. But the driving range is across the street. So we'll go take a look at that, and then we'll move on to the country club. So we made our way out to the driving range. You can see it behind me, just to show you location of the driving range to the club. You can see that the club is back there behind me, really right in between those trees. You can kind of see the club. So we're across the street. The driving range is out here. You've got a lot going on out here, quite honestly. So outside of just driving balls to the flags, I've said it 1,000 times, I'm not a golfer, so I find every one of these that I go to more and more interesting. So this one has got a sand trap right here. I'm used to the cheapest courses because I'm not willing to pay a lot of money for something that I don't truly enjoy. But I love seeing sand traps on a practice range. I love seeing, like, I don't know if you'll be able to see them or not, but back beyond those golfers, there's some nets right there, right? So another range, another area to be able to chip balls and try to get them into the nets. I'm sure it's a little bit more fun than just chipping it out to a flag somewhere. A little bit down, I'll walk over there and I'll show you in a minute. A little bit further down, there's an open field with a couple of greens, which I'm assuming is for, you know, your short range chip shots, your close range chip shots, even some like semi long range shots over there. So I'll walk over, I'll show you that, and I'll see you when we get over there. So I'm a realtor that doesn't like sales. It sounds like a complete oxymoron. But here's the one sales ask that I'm gonna ask of you. If you're still watching this video, please subscribe to the video. Now what that's gonna do is that's gonna help the YouTube algorithm understand who my audience is, and it's gonna get these videos out to people who are interested in Hilton Head Island, who wanna know about these communities, who wanna know about everything that we're putting out there and explaining. So if you're finding this information helpful, it is helpful to anyone else who is interested in this area for you to subscribe to be able to share it with everyone else. Sales pitch over. I appreciate it. So we're out on the second fairway, and I feel like a little bit of a dope because I did a video yesterday from Port Royal, who in the back of their clubhouse had a big open area, 3 different greens that you could kind of chip to and do some like medium range chipping, because the clubhouse was there. There was a house that kind of backed to it. And I thought, man, this is really cool. You can work on all your shots, or the majority of your shots, between the driving range and then this little chipping, putting area that they have. And then I get here, and this is, so I don't know if you can see them behind me, but the driving range is back here, and you can see what I'm standing on is another like tee box that is huge. It's a huge tee box area, and you're basically coming at the flags from a second angle, so that you can then practice your chips and your accuracy from here. And in fact, all the way back on this end, you've got a couple more like normal stands that you would have or that you would see at a traditional driving range. Now, I had to laugh when I was walking over here because there's call her a young lady. She's not young, but she's working on her golf game, and she's got somebody beside her. I don't know if he's from the club. I don't know who he is, but he's on his phone, and she is chipping to the green better than I would, but she looks like a little old lady chipping to the green. His head is down, doing something on his phone, and I can hear him saying, "Good shot, good shot, good shot." It reminded me of like a Caddyshack scene, so I thought it was funny. I don't know that I needed to share that with you. But anyway, that's the golf course. We got a couple different greens, tees here to hit from. You've got all this open space in the back. Literally looks like you could work on any shot that you wanted. I find this more attractive than the actual golf course, but I'm sure if you're an avid golfer, you really don't. Anyway, that's the golf course. Let's go look at the country club. So we're inside the courtyard of the golf club at Indigo Hall. This essentially is the country club here in Indigo Run. So over here to my right, you've got a fitness center. Behind us, you've got some golf, and then behind me here, you've got the dining area. This little area is really pretty cool. You can see they're doing a little bit of construction back there to fancy it up some. But it's like anything else on the island. Like, look how green that grass is back there. It's December. Look how green that grass is. It must be 75 degrees. If you're not coming to Hilton Head for the weather, I don't know why you're coming to Hilton Head. Maybe it's the beauty, maybe it's the green grass, who knows what it is. But anyway, it like everything else is fantastic and beautiful. I see a little patio over here, so we'll go check that out, take a look at it, show it to you. Then we've got the golf club, so we'll get around it, take a look at the golf course, and then we'll move on. So we made it out back onto the patio. Again, right behind us, the dining hall, literally right in front of us here, golf club. There's a great barbecue station right over there. But just to give you kind of a glimpse as to what's going on out here with the patio, the umbrellas, just a great place to enjoy the weather, at least now. Maybe not in the summer, because it gets godly hot. Backs to, I don't know what hole that is, but backs to, you got a green right there. So you got guys coming in and approaching the green. Back around this other side of the golf club. If I look in the window, I can see the pro shop over there. I'll see if I can get you a glimpse at the club anyway. Got a pro shop over there, as all of these places do. And then as I'm coming up on the back end here, you've got your own putting green. Again, it shares the driving range just down the way with the Golden Bear Club. So you've got kind of a shared driving range, and then you've got this club atmosphere here with the private country club here in Indigo Run called the Golf Club at Indigo Hall. That's not confusing at all. So I found a pool at the Golf Club at Indigo Run. Calling it a pool is hard. Couple people around, so I don't want to insult the club, but it is essentially there to be able to say they have a pool. There is no sun. I think the whole thing is 3 foot deep. It's probably, I don't know, 2 king mattresses put together. So pool, I don't know. It's a big splash tub. So one little thing I wanted to touch on here is this leisure trail. Now you might look at it and say, yeah, it's a path, big deal. It is a big deal because some of these communities don't have this. And ultimately what this is access for your walkers, for your bikers. In this community, they're allowed golf carts. So for your golf cart riders, they all share this path and they stay off of the road. When they stay off of the road, it keeps it safer for you and me. If I'm riding my bike, I don't want to worry about cars coming after me. If I'm driving my car, I don't want to worry about a shaky bike rider that I'm trying to pass. So these leisure trails make a difference when they're inside of a community. There are multiple communities in the area that don't have them. So we've made our way to the tennis and rec center here in Indigo Run. It's going to consist of the tennis courts as well as the swimming pool, and then a little bit of like a pavilion or a community pavilion area. So we'll take a walk through. I'll show you each, and then we'll head out of here. So as you come in, again, this is for members only. So it is not a public tennis facility. It is not public swimming pool. It's a little bit quiet today. Now it is December, so everything is kind of shut down. Swimming pools are shut down. It's a gorgeous day today, but it's a little bit quiet out here. So we'll kind of swing around. Tennis courts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 true tennis courts that you can see behind me. Again, members only. Looks like 2 of them are lit for nighttime play. You've got the Indigo Run pavilion or community, call it a community center, I guess. Here, we'll swing around. Boom, you can see that guy. And then the swimming pool, which is really cool. In fact, we've had a couple of kid parties here where a resident of the community has rented out the pool and has had some of the kids come. But you can see the swimming pool, pretty big. Great community swimming pool. Let's talk about your real estate options here inside of Indigo Run. Indigo Run is about 1,400 acres worth of land. There are about 1,000, just slightly over 1,000 properties here in the community. Most of that community is developed. You probably have about 50 lots or so that are still not developed, and that might be less at this point in time. But there is a little bit of new construction going on. For the most part, it's been built out. It's like any other community in Hilton Head. As we drive through and you see these homes, if you've seen any of my other videos, you're gonna realize they all kind of look the same. You've got some older homes, you've got some newer homes, you've got big homes, you've got townhomes, you've got it all, and you've got a variety of price ranges. Now, it's Hilton Head Island, so your price ranges aren't, you know, they're starting in 8, 9, most are over $1 million. But it's very typical of what you're going to get inside of a community in Hilton Head. Indigo Run, Hilton Head Plantation, Port Royal, Palmetto Hall, all very, very similar in the way that they look and they feel. Some have different amenities, others, you know, it's interesting as I go through these communities. Every community has something for everyone. So once you know what you're looking for, you're going to be able to know where you want to be, because the house is basically going to be the same. It's the square footage is going to be the same. The layouts predominantly are going to be the same depending on the age of the house. There's no community outside of Spanish Wells, or I'm sorry, outside of Windmill Harbor. There is no real community that has a distinct difference in the way that it looks. And if you want to see the way that Windmill Harbor looks, watch this video that just popped up. So let's go through our pro and con list of Indigo Run. Pros, it's in a great location. I don't think we've talked about location yet, but location-wise, we're at the north end of the island on one side of the community, which is out on 278. It puts you near Barnes & Noble, Walmart, shopping, Main Street, doctors, the hospital, the airport, all of that is there. The other advantage of being on the north end of the island is that you have the easiest access of getting off of the island. So it puts you right near 278 and gives you the option to kind of hightail it out of here if you need to for work or for anything that's out in Bluffton, such as Sam's Club, Dick's, Target, any of those types of shopping centers. On the back end of Indigo Run is, you've got the back gate. That puts you out right near Broad Creek. So if you got the back gate and try to get into the south end of the island, down near Sea Pines or Coligny Beach, you're talking about a 5-minute, 10-minute ride. It's really quick to go out the backside and cut across the island to get to the south end of the island. So location-wise, because you've got gates on both sides, really, really great location. The other advantage is the amenities inside of the community. Those amenities are managed by a third-party company. It's not managed by Indigo Run. Therefore, they're optional. So if you don't want to use them, if you don't want to golf, if you don't want to swim, if you're not a tennis player, you just love the scenery, you want a community where your fees are not high, but you don't need all that fluff and all that extra stuff inside of the community, this is awesome. You don't have to pay for it if you don't want it. It's all optional. So that's pro number 2. Pro number 3, in my opinion, it's this leisure path that gets you off the street, gives you access to walkability, bikeability, golf cart ability. Golf cart is kind of like 3.5 on that pro list. I love a golf cart community. But these leisure trails are great. They keep you off the road, they keep you away. Now let's go with some of the cons. Some of the cons, in my opinion, are going to be that there's not a ton of available amenities here. You don't have access to the beach, which is a huge thing here on the island. There is no marina, which is a big thing on the island. Boating and sailing and doing all those things in the waters in the intercoastal is a big deal. You don't have access to that. You got to do that somewhere else. It's not huge, so you don't have you're gonna, I don't know, that could be a pro, could be a con. It's not a very big area. There is no commercial here. There's no restaurant outside of going to the country club or going to the golf club. There's no real commercial inside. So whether that's good or bad, that's up to you to decide, I guess. To me, I like a little bit of diversity in being able to bike to a restaurant, being able to take my golf cart to a specific restaurant or shop or activity or destination. There's none of that really here. It really is just a community, just a neighborhood inside of Hilton Head Island. But the prices reflect that because there's no additional communities. It's not Sea Pines that's huge and has all these different destinations and things like that. It's not Palmetto Dunes with the beach, and it is what it is. It is Indigo Run. It is a community of houses and families and retirees who want low key, who want quiet, who want private. Oh, by the way, no short-term rentals here. So it stays quiet, it stays private all year long, which again, if you've watched any other videos, that's a big deal here on the island. So that's all that I can think of about Indigo Run. I've left the websites in the remarks, so you can take a look at those. I'm sure I've missed some stuff. They're very detailed. there's going to be more information there. I searched up and down to try and find fees for the country club and those kind of things. I can't find them. If I do, you know, we'll make another video. We'll put that out there. We'll tell you what they are. I know that the community fee itself, not very big, because if you don't want the amenities, you don't have to use them. But anyway, that's what I got. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're still watching and you're here at the end, you better be a subscriber. You better be a member of the fan club, which doesn't really exist yet, but we'll call ourselves some weird name someday when we're all famous from YouTube. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you watching. See ya.